Pika was some random white guy, and I'm actually black. That's not me. That's the person I bought the server from. I'm black. LMFAO. Like, yeah, I'm a nigga.
Yeah, that's exactly what a black person would say. Sure, I'm black. I'm a nigga. So that's how you know that I'm black. I'm a nigga. So that's how you know. I investigated the biggest predator on Discord. Guys, I know there's a lot of them on Discord, okay? So if this brother actually found the biggest one, he's doing God's work. Shout out to him.
Today's suspect is Picky.
Picky.
Or Pixie, or Pika RL, or hell, even Spook RL, depending on who you ask. Self-proclaimed god of femboys and owner of one of the largest femboy servers on Discord. And for the past 6 years, people have been trying to track him down so they could expose one of the most elusive predators on the platform.
Okay, I've never heard of this person before, and I'm glad I haven't, but I'm not gonna lie though, I'm not surprised that this person is a part of that. Because a lot of these, listen, I don't want to generalize, okay? I don't like doing that because a lot of racist people do that to black people, right? But a lot of these, like, VTubers, man, a lot of them participate in this type of behavior. You know, or at least, like, close to it. Especially because brother has an SFW in his Twitter bio. Like, I just don't expect anything good.
6 years on the platform.
Who is Picky? Yeah, who that? My brother has a typewriter. That's crazy.
If there's so much evidence against this guy showing that he's a predator, then how come he's still making a passive income of over $2,000 a month through community-funded donations? All will be explained in due time.
Community funded? That's y'all, bro. That's y'all paying for this. How you paying for this man's lifestyle?
$1 a month through community-funded donations. All will be explained in due time. But to understand Picky's current predicament, we first need to go back to the beginning.
Okay.
Flashback.
Wow.
Now, before we can do anything, we first need to prove the connection between Picky and all of his numerous aliases. Otherwise, he's just gonna lie and say that it's not him, screenshots can be faked, and the cycle repeats ad infinitum. That's also why I'm gonna be using video recordings for a lot of the evidence where possible. Ah, there it is. Under his initial alias, Spook, he would begin to build a name for himself as a Rocket League streamer. And while evidence of his socials have almost entirely been lost to time, an archived tweet shows Spook announcing a name change to Pika RL, who would unsurprisingly have very similar allegations arise before he would land on the new name, Pixie. And I don't think I need to explain to you how Picky is actually Pixie, because it's a one-letter difference. They're using the same avatar, and if you go into his Discord, there's thousands of messages.
Fanboy Sanctuary is crazy. Oh my god.
Proving that it's the same person. So, the only real challenge would be connecting the Pika RL and Spook identities to Pixie then, right? Well, I say challenge, but this is one of the most obvious cover-ups on the internet, and I'll show you exactly why. Let's start by listing off some similarities, shall we? 1. They're both the same age. In October of 2021, Pika RL was 20 years old, according to his Twitter bio. And this isn't really necessary, but that also aligns with Spook being...
Why would anybody want to put their age in their Twitter bio too? I find that very weird. I don't use X at all. I don't plan on using X anytime soon, to be honest with you. But putting your age in the bio, I don't know. I just would never do that.
Old, according to his Twitter bio. And this isn't really necessary, but that also aligns with Spook being 18 in December of 2019. Now, according to Picky's own announcement post in his public server, when aligned with his stated age of 25, that would make his birthday February 12th, 2001.
Holy crap! How did bro get the day? That's crazy. How'd you get the exact day though?
Own announcement post in his public server when
oh, that's how I did it. My bad.
Aligned with his stated age of 25, that would make his birthday February 12th, 2001, which means that all of the ages across each alias line up perfectly. Number 2, they're both from Germany. and German. There's not really much else to explain there. However, there is a potential explanation for some of these similarities that I'll address after points 3 and 4. Number 3, they're both in college, and number 4, they both play Rocket League around the same level according to their Steam profile, which also just so happens to be connected to every alias Picky has ever been accused of using. What a coinkydink. The possible explanation provided to me from one of Picky's mods during my investigation is that Pika was simply an acquaintance of his during college, and that he bought Pika's server before converting it into his femboy hangout. Now, he must have also bought his Steam account because through the third-party tracker for Rocket League matches, we can see that both usernames lead to his current account.
Right.
But then
nice job, mod. You know, good job trying to defend, bro. I don't know what he may have on you, but there's no reason to do this. If the person that you are modding for is a known predator, why would you want to put yourself in that predicament trying to defend, bro? I really don't understand that. A lot of people were doing that for, like, even David, who is not a streamer, yes, but he makes a lot of music, and people would defend and do it. Like, why would you want to even get yourself in that situation? Get the hell out of there. You know he's guilty.
So bought his Steam account because through the third-party tracker for Rocket League matches, we can see that both usernames lead to his current account. But then that begs the question, why would Picky want to buy the accounts of someone he knew in real life that left the internet after being exposed for preying on children? If you think about this for 2 seconds, I think the most logical answer is that it's far easier to make a new Discord or Twitter account, practically no cost associated there, than it is to make a new Steam profile. You'd actually be losing money. So because Picky exists almost solely off community donations, after realizing his mistake and how it could be tied back to him, he needed a better cover story than—
Bro, been living on donations for several years. Can't work, so I'm stuck living on whatever people give me. I wonder why you can't work, young man, huh? I wonder why. I don't know what he did, alright, but he's saying he's a predator, so it's obviously nothing good. But the fact that he can't work and it's affecting his real life, that sounds good to me.
Just, Pika was some random white guy, and I'm actually black. That's not me. That's the person I bought the server from. I'm black. LMFAO. Like, yeah, I'm a nigga.
Yeah, that's exactly what a black person would say. Sure, I'm black. I'm a nigga. So that's how you know that I'm black. I'm a nigga. So that's how you know.
It's all on the paper. It's all right there.
Now we know you are racist as well. Look at that. Just adding on, man. It all connects together. Racist, predator, or what else? You know, other things that are just disgusting and bad. They all come together. It's like a bundle.
You think I made that up? Think I'm just riffing here? That's his real defense. By the way, I reached out to Picky himself for comment, but he never got back to me. And his head mod, Pigeon, refused to comment because of previous bad experiences with interviewers. But I imagine any experience where—
I wonder why you had such bad experiences with interviewers. Again, y'all putting yourselves in the middle of something that you really have nothing to do with. Yes, you're their mod, but hey, you don't have to defend them like they're your lawyer or you're their lawyer.
It's because of previous bad experiences with interviewers. But I imagine any experience where you're getting grilled for facilitating the abuse of children is not going to be a fun one. And number 5 is the most incriminating of all. They sound the exact same. Here's a clip of Pika RL talking from a stream.
The black man, as you can clearly see, the black man right there. Not this black man. The black man all the way right there that said he's the nigga. That's the guy.
Clip posted to TikTok.
Kind of like grooming.
And here's a random clip from Picky's Twitch.
No, this is unfair. This is very unfair. Also, you hit level 5, which is crazy.
Now,
why are you talking like that? Why are you talking like that? It's unfair. It's just very unfair. Why is it that whenever they put on their VTuber avatar, they start talking like babies? We gotta talk about that too, man. The VTuber universe and the affinity with like kids and stuff, or kid-like activity. I don't like that.
Very unfair. Also, you hit level 5, which is crazy.
Now, let's overlap them.
No, this is unfair. This is very unfair. Also, you hit level 5, which is crazy.
I don't know about you guys, but the resemblance is uncanny.
Yes,
we're just adding on to the pile here, but 6, they both have mental instability, and both of them have made statements about needing to avoid stress, which is a little more specific in their explanation. My references are Spook's response to the first exposed thread posted on him by Barksy.
Spooksy Dooksy? You gotta be kidding me.
My references are Spook's response to the first exposed thread posted on him by Barksy, where he was caught grooming and soliciting a 14-year-old, and the current fact sheet found in Picky's Discord. Number 7. Spook has expressed sexual interest in urine and vor, both things that have their own channel in Picky's current NSFW.
Wait, vor? I don't know what vor is. I've never heard of vor. If you don't know what vor is, let me know in the comments. I don't want to put that on my computer.
Urine and vor, both things that have their own channel in Picky's current NSFW server. And as you'll see later, is a common theme in some of the DMs as well.
Having an NSFW server on Discord, to me, it's just diabolical. What are you doing, man? Why you have an NSFW server in your Discord? Just go watch corn, bro. You know what I mean? There's so much corn on the internet. Why do we have a community of gooners on the same Discord that we share the same material with? I think that's just so weird.
Now, some of these by themselves may be coincidences and wouldn't necessarily trigger any flags while I'm profiling a suspect, but the probability of these two being separate people when they're the same age, same nationality, both went to college around the same year, both play Rocket League at the same level, share a Steam profile, have the exact same vocal inflections, mental instability, and fetishes is incredibly unlikely.
Does he have a twin? Because maybe that's the reason. And that might be a good explanation. You know, understand? And now if he doesn't have a twin, then we know we got our man.
Ability and fetishes is incredibly unlikely. This is just actually statistically impossible. And you'd have to be a fucking moron to believe him just because Picky now claims he's black, and the only ones verifying that claim are his close friends and moderators behind closed doors, rather than an unbiased third party.
By the way, his moderators, I bet you have never even seen him in real life, so how the hell are they gonna claim that he's black? Get out of here.
However, there's one really simple way to prove everybody wrong, and that's to show yourself on stream. Wear a mask, maybe just put your arms in frame while you're talking, or whatever you have to.
See that?
But, I mean, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, because with all the things you've said after changing your name, it wouldn't make much of a difference either way. Oh, hey guys, what's going on? Editor Tech here. I just want to let you guys know that this is going to be a rough video, okay? So go ahead and grab a chair, eat some snacks.
Oh, we chilling.
Get ready for a long one. Wait, what's that? Your bar stool and wooden dining room chair can't handle a 30-minute viewing experience without
this nigga about to sell me something?
The scoliosis that you got from sitting on Discord all day? Yeah, me too.
He's selling me something.
Is your chair thin and flimsy, has almost no customization or support for your back?
Nah, hell nah. We got a good-ass chair, bro. We chilling, gang. We good. All right, let's get back to business.
Oh, the Discord mods today. What can I say?
Fake accounts. Multiple.
As I was writing this video, Picky's most recent Twitter got suspended on April.
What is that picture, bro? What are we doing? Everything about him is just goon. Don't trust a nigga that just goons all the time, man, because they might be involved in predatorial activities, man. Everything about him is just goon.
23rd, and he started promoting a new one with his main account that he accidentally forgot to purge before rebranding. He deleted this announcement post, but not the replies, which made it pretty easy for me to track down an archive. A 5-second search of his post history shows him pretending to not be Pixie, calling Pixie a pedophile who groomed children, which, may I remind you, is himself. Also, he can defame another VTuber, LineChew, and Velkian. The account was also created in February of 2025, and coincidentally, their first post ever was in support of Picky's exposed thread on LineChew and Velky, only 2 days after he posted it.
So he's trying to make an account that exposes himself or his other version of himself to make it look like it's not him, and he's against those actions, and he's a different person, and this is the one that's black. The other one was white. The one that we saw playing Rocket League, that was the white guy that he's trying to expose. This one right here, the second account that was made in 2025, this is the negro.
Jesus
This is the black guy. This is the different person.
Then he proceeds to spend the entire day spamming this Google Doc in all of their replies, and conveniently stops posting until Picky's next exposed campaign against a rival femboy server. Of course, I made sure.
Wait, I'm sorry. What did I just say?
Next exposed campaign against a.
You asked minors for D-pics. We literally have dozens of recordings you doing sexual interactions within your VCs, within your NSFW server. You can use to groom people for years now. You can't hide. By the way, he's talking about himself, guys. Like, he's talking about something that he's done. Wow, okay, I guess.
The rival femboy server. Of course, I made sure to record a video of these posts because I already know he's going to lie and say it's not him after I point this out, and that screenshots can be faked. I don't know how to make this any more clear for everybody. Here he is in 4K, pretending to be a different person and calling himself a pedophile who groomed children like 15 times to try and cancel someone else. But for some reason, his community thinks he wouldn't lie about changing his identity, and he's definitely not a pedophile. And if this isn't Picky, then why would he constantly retweet someone impersonating him with his main account when this person consistently called him a pedophile? But now that we've successfully proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that Picky will lie about his identity and is more likely than not both Spook and PikaRL, we can finally go over all of his past and present crimes without having to second guess ourselves.
Okay, finally, let's get into this now. What the hell did this dude do?
At 11:36 a.m. on June 12th, 2020, the first cracks begin to show. Picky had a modest following as a Rocket League streamer, until Barksy, an ex-friend of his, would post an exposed thread showing how he pressured a 14-year-old into having non-consensual conversations about sex. Bottoms don't get PP touch. Bikini bottom? WH. Let's go back to Wholesome, please. Unfortunately, he was not, in fact, talking about the bikini bottom. Show Papa where he touched you. Come on.
Yo, hey, this is a little bit predatory, bro. Don't touch SpongeBob like that, even though we know SpongeBob is a grown-ass man. I don't like it.
About the bikini bottom. Show Papa where he touched you. Come on.
He's doing that next to Gary, too. Come on, gang.
About the bikini bottom. Show Papa where he touched you. Come on. But he also wasn't aware of the victim's age at this point, and would only come to find out he was 14 the next day. How did Picky respond after this realization? You are legal if you are 4 years younger or older. 14 and up is legal, but I'm 18, so it can be max 4 years apart.
Is that true?
Bruh, we're just giving affection. Just something wholesome though. I really don't want to keep asking and you feel like I'm forcing. I mean, when Lily told me her age, I kept calling her a jailbait lolly, and I still do.
Hell nah.
13, yeah. 13 is prison age. She also kept drawing hot boys, so I was like really struggling to be PG.
What is wrong with you?
The victim continues to establish their boundaries and wants to keep this conversation wholesome. So it's surprising how within the span of a week, Picky moves on to soliciting child pornography and offered to send $200 for a jar of their fluids and assures that it's safer because they're in different countries. Despite that obviously not...
Huh? How does that make sense? We talking about shipping and handling? Like, what, you gonna put it in ice? Make sure that the semen doesn't die off? Like, what the hell is going on
being
here?
True, Picky isn't exactly someone you should trust to give out legal advice. A brief review of his current stance on the age of consent makes that blatantly clear. Even though he constantly hides behind Germany's age of consent being 14, Picky
Wait, what did he say? Let's read what he said. It's funny, because even if everything was real, it's legal in my country, lol. It's been a thing floating around for years, and I'm still here. Also, it's not like they even know my age to begin with, or how old screenshots are. What's stopping me from doing something legal? You know it's not legal, buddy. What are you talking about, gang? Stop lying, bro. You know it's illegal to do. You know it's immoral to do. Let's just say that it was legal. It's still not moral. Why are you talking to a 14-year-old boy who is clearly not on this type of timing, bro? He's saying he wants to keep it wholesome. So then keep it wholesome. Why continue having the conversation? Why pressure, little bro? If you want to come on here and make the argument that it's okay to do it because it's legal in your country, which I'm pretty sure it's not. I don't live in Germany. If you do, let me know in the comments below. But I don't believe this guy, and I probably think that it's not legal. But let's just say it is. It's immoral. And you know you shouldn't be doing it. Stop messing with kids.
Clear. Even though he constantly hides behind Germany's age of consent being 14, Picky unironically...
Is it actually 14? Germany's age of consent is 14? Holy shit, it's actually 14. From 16 to 18, teenagers need parental permission, either in writing or better parents accompanying their child. Physical violence, including spanking on any part of the body, is illegal in Germany. The legal age of consent in Germany is 14 if both partners are under 18. But hold on now, it says if partners are both under 18. Buddy was 18. Therefore, that would make it illegal. So nice try, but it's still not legal in your country.
Even though he constantly hides behind Germany's age of consent being 14, Picky unironically believes that a fourth of the United States has an age of consent of 13 because of an incorrect Google AI summary. I don't know what you have to put in to even get that response, but someone needs to investigate that. Not only is there not a single state where the age of consent is 13, none of them are 14 either. Picky also doesn't seem to know what the federal age of consent is in America because the only time he's researching the topic is when he needs to confirm if he's still allowed to sext minors. However, he seems to pick and choose.
If you have to search up whether or not it's legal for you to have any kind of sexual activity with somebody, you shouldn't do it. I mean, it's really that simple. I don't need to Google that if I'm dating a girl that's my age, 20 years old, or if she's 19, or if she's 21, 22, 23, 24. I don't need to Google that. I know it's okay. If you have to Google that, that tells you all you need to know.
When to defend sexual relations with 14-year-olds based on who he's talking about. Because when he discusses the YouTuber who made a video on him that later admitted to messaging a 17-year-old when he was 19.
Back in 2023, when I was 19, I cheated on my partner at the time. This is with a 17-year-old. I flirted, I sent explicitly charged messages to someone who was not an adult, and I overstepped their boundaries when they told me to stop.
He calls him a predator and a pedophile, even though he was 19
right,
and she was 17, which if we do the math is a 2-year age gap. Meanwhile, he's on his public
But what you did was okay. Sure.
Twitter account saying, "It's funny."
No, he knows it's not okay because he was calling himself a pedophile on his second account. So even he knows that, hey man, the activity that I was participating in is no bueno. But the mods and the dick writers on his Discord, man, I don't know what goes on with them. I don't know what kind of delusion that they're under, but it literally, like, it stops them from critically thinking and understanding. Brother, he called himself a pedophile. So why defend, bro?
2-year age gap. Meanwhile, he's on his public Twitter account saying, "It's funny, since if every single screenshot in that drive was real, it's still entirely legal." Oh,
That's
shit,
not funny.
Really? Everything in that drive is legal. So Picky is saying here that it would be entirely legal in Germany to offer a 14-year-old money for sexual favors when they are clearly expressing discomfort and a lack of sexual maturity. You might want to get a second opinion on that. But Celestios is the real predator for a 2-year age gap. That's quite the OJ move, Picky. Hypothetically defending fake screenshots and a different guy who was deplatformed for sexting minors, claiming it was all legal, and then you just so happen to buy his old Discord and Steam account. You're a fucking genius.
Yep.
(10:26 a.m., October 15th, 2021. Spook is back under the new moniker Pika, and he's more bold than ever. But nothing gets past his old friend Barksy, who is back again with another thread. Pika has a girl at the time, but for some reason is hyper-focused on...
He has a girl? How does a guy like that manage to get a girl, bro? That's crazy. He probably has a girl that participates in similar activities in the VTuber space because, bro, a regular chick is not trying to date you if you are doing this type of stuff.
And with another thread. Pika has a girl at the time, but for some reason is hyper-focused on a new person named Iggy. who I believe to be of age, but also was already in a committed relationship of his own.
Stop being into me. I can't. You're too adorable. You know, even that adorable. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Adorable is not, you know, cute maybe, but knowing this guy's past, I don't trust the adorable line, okay? It's like everything I'm into. I'm not even gay and it's appealing. That's how cute you are. I don't know, man. And then dude is freaking out being like, what the hell are you talking about?
These screenshots simply show Pika's disregard for his boundaries and
I'm not letting you kiss me. Hell no. Why? I'm still taken. What is wrong with this dude? There's no way he has a girl. Stop. There's no way he has a girl that is with him like on her own accord. Okay? There's some kind of coercion.
attempting to emotionally manipulate and guilt trip Iggy into reciprocating his affection, which is not an uncommon pattern when looking at how he solicits donations from his audience. However, that wasn't the only guy. He repeats this pattern of pushing boundaries on taken men with Shay, who is very clear about how—
Who is Shay? Hold on. Just please try treating me more than just someone who's gay, LMFAO. I'm still a person at core. The issue isn't that you don't want it. The issue is that it feels like I'm putting in a stereotype. I don't ask for much. Just don't be super mean to me anymore. I will try my best to respect your decision. And then there's 4 blocked messages here. I wonder what the hell he said. I'm treating you like a normal person. You're not. You ain't respecting my decision, and you aren't looking at me as a person with their own respect. Because honestly, man, it's not the fact that you are gay that creeps me out, because I think you're because I think you misread it. Your behavior right now is what is creepy. Exactly. It's your behavior. It's your pushing. It's your inability to understand the word no. And no, I do not want to participate in your weird behavior, gang. Get away from me.
how uncomfortable the conversations were becoming, and even going so far as to describe the situations as intimidating. So I guess we can add cheating homewrecker to the long list of allegations.
Yes.
Unlike his initial response as Spook when Barksy exposed him for soliciting child pornography, Picky seems to have adopted—
You know, you think he'd learn his lesson, right? Because he got exposed previously on Discord. Yet he goes on Discord and does the exact same thing that he was exposed for. Like, you really didn't learn your lesson at all, huh?
Spook when Barksy exposed him for soliciting child pornography, Picky seems to have adopted a brand new strategy that would quickly become his favorite, calling everything fake no matter what. He went from, to anyone who read the Twitter thread and is asking if it's real, yes, it's fully real, it's unedited, to pretending to not know who Barksy is by calling them a random who is faking screenshots. And then he posts an epic video to dunk on the haters. Unfortunately, the Pika RL account would get suspended, just like most of Pixie's accounts, for abuse and harassment. But that wasn't gonna stop him anytime soon. You'd think after speedrunning his second identity and getting exposed by the same person that he'd just give up at this point, right?
Yes.
Well, Picky is what we would call jobless. Allegedly, his schizophrenia, stress-induced psychosis, several arrests, and complete lack of time management or discipline makes it practically impossible for him to hold down a job for longer than 3 months. And he's already caused 4 different—
And yet you find the time and the energy to then groom kids, bro. Like, does that make any kind of sense? Yeah, I can get a job, but man, when I go on Discord, man, I'm a demon on there. Okay, dude.
workplace incidents that he alludes to involving assault. This guy lives with his parents under psychiatric care, is unable to drive a car, and subsists purely off diving through garbage or guilt-tripping his community into giving him their hard-earned money.
That's crazy.
For someone who spends literally all of their time at home on Discord, you'd think he could at least post more than 4 times a month to make an honest living.
Yeah, you could, gang. You have 11.2 thousand subscribers. You clearly have a community. What is wrong with you? Are you afraid that you're gonna get banned on YouTube? maybe you will, to be honest with you. But like, damn, you have the energy and the time to do more. All right, that's no excuse.
Somehow, the most egregious allegations were all done under an alias that Picky barely attempted to distance himself from. And even if he did, I don't think it would really work, to be honest. I mean, Pixie, Picky, same profile pic. Come on. So with that settled, from here on out, it's all just Picky. The document that everyone shares around to expose the alleged 14 victims is slightly lacking in context for some folders, meaning that I don't know how old anyone is, and I'd even argue that a few shouldn't really be there, because it has nothing to do with sexual abuse or solicitation. So I'm only going to cover the ones that I can prove beyond a shadow of a doubt, because I really don't want to give him or any of his fans and friends any holes to poke at.
That's fair. Oh god. The 18 server.
This one was real simple. It's in the chapter title. All I had to do was join both his NSFW and PG-13 server and click on every minor's profile in the introduction.
Why would you have a Ew, man? Why you have a PG-13 server and an NSFW server on the same Discord? Like, come on, man.
NSFW and PG-13 server and click on every minor's profile in the introductions channel to see if any of them shared the 18+ server. Yes. Join. Let me in. Everything I do is...
Y'all parents, man, you gotta watch out, bro, because a lot of kids, they don't know what they're getting into, right? They find these people online, they look up to them to an extent, and they think that them joining their Discord is a way for them to, you know, gain a kind of relationship, a parasocial relationship with the person that they look up to. And the whole time, these people just take advantage of them and then groom them. So if you're a parent out there and your kid has Discord, or you don't know if your kid has Discord, just you know what I'm saying, just watch out for that. I'm not trying to say be clingy and stuff, but just watch out for that.
It's not working. I can't get in. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Yo, Sponge, help me get in this femboy server. Come on, get to work.
Oh, now you like femboy.
Something that no man has ever said, by the way. Sponge, yo, help me get in this femboy server.
Yo, Sponge, help me get in this femboy server. Come on, get to work.
Oh, now you like femboys. But when I want to get my headshots in the office, it's a big deal.
Headshots? What do you mean headshots?
Look, right here. I got them done professionally. What do you think?
Oh, I really gotta stop doing ketamine. Well, what do you know? In a single night, one night, I found 4 minors who introduced themselves as 15 to 16-year-olds who were members in his 18+ pornography Discord.
And he
Obviously, I
allowed that.
relayed this information to one of the moderators I was talking to, and all of these people have already been banned. But the problem is that Picky doesn't believe in true age verification because of data brokers. If only he had the sponsor for today's video. Just kidding.
Oh my god, ain't no
He
way.
essentially only has a yes or no prompt to stop children from being exposed to his pornography. But the irony
That's all. Are you an adult? Yes or no? And there's no way to verify that whatsoever. Yeah, that's surely gonna work, dude. You can clearly tell that he cares about who's in that NSFW server and who he's not. And he cares about protecting children, for sure.
if only he had the sponsor for today's video. Just kidding. He essentially only has a yes or no prompt to stop children from being exposed to his pornography. But the irony of it is that he's consistently gone on crusades against other creators like Lion Chew for making lewd content where minors could be exposed to it, even though we have verifiable evidence that he's exposed several minors to pornography after joining what is supposed to be a 13+ environment. Even the content Picky...
No, there is no 13+ environment. I'm not for that either, okay? If you're gonna make your Discord have an NSFW section, the entire thing should just be for adults. You shouldn't allow any kids in there at all. You shouldn't have, oh, we got a PG-13 section, the kids are over there, and then we got the freakazoids over here. Nah, the freakazoids are gonna look at the kids section and be like, bring that over here. Okay, and we can't be having that, bro. The fact that he has that is a problem.
After joining what is supposed to be a 13+ environment, even the content Picky makes is no different from the creators he's criticizing, and relies heavily on sexual themes and clickbait to get views. One of these thumbnails is literally cropped porn that's not even relevant to the video. It's not in there at all. And he uses the sexual furry term, not, in this title, and this one just speaks for itself. Like, do I even have to say anything? And if that's not enough to really illustrate the hypocrisy here, his old Instagram account was taken down for violating the community guidelines on child sexual exploitation, abuse, and nudity, which was initially reported.
So he's perpetually banned for the same thing on multiple different platforms. Yet Discord continues to decide to have him on for whatever reason. Discord, where y'all at? Come get this nigga.
And nudity, which was initially reported on by Andrew Sinclair in February 2024. Props to him and his investigation. But if you ask him about this Instagram account, or even having an Instagram account at all,
for being gay, yeah, sure,
he'll just say that he got purged for being gay. I'm not so convinced that that was the actual reason, but you guys can be the judge here. Since this guy likes to cite German law so much, I'll give you this passage as a little food for thought. Section 184 of the German Criminal Code covers dissemination of pornographic content. And if we look at subsection 1, line 1, it states, whoever in respect of pornographic content offers, supplies, or makes it available to a person under 18 years of age, or makes it available at a place which is accessible to persons under 18 years of age, or which can be seen by them, incurs a penalty of imprisonment for a term not exceeding 1 year. Or a fine.
Then let's lock his ass up, y'all. Let's get him in there. We got the evidence and everything like that. Let's put him in jail, bro. He's got to go.
The excuse of utilizing a simple yes or no age verification becomes pretty irrelevant when there's evidence of each minor introducing themselves to Picky as underaged before then entering his porn.
They said, look at this, y'all. He said, you sure no one would lie? It's also age restricted. Kids lie. This mod, I'm assuming, says we check. So if y'all check, then you should have known that there was some minors in there and you should have shut that down immediately, but you didn't. Again, these mods involving themselves in this activity, I think they should go to
porn server and only getting banned after I intervened. This guy spends all of his time on Discord, and neither him nor his mods could find out that there was minors in his porn server. I found this out in a single night. A screen recording found in the drive folder investigating Picky shows his interactions with an up-and-coming creator, Fuwafa. At the time, Picky was 22, and Fuwafa was 16. We can tell from his post that
why the hell are these creators talking to kids? I really don't understand that. Why? You shouldn't do that, okay? Even though they're an aspiring creator and they're trying to be like you and they're trying to gain inspiration from you, you gotta have boundaries, bro. You're a minor, young man or young girl. Like, I'm gonna talk to you, sure, I'll give you some pointers, but we are not talking privately on Discord. That's not happening.
Birthday is in August, and according to this post about his legal drinking age, we can pinpoint the year he was born as well. This is important to know because it means for the full duration of their relationship, Fuwafa was 16. For months, Picky was sexting Fuwafa, asking for videos, femdom roleplay, and most disgustingly, requesting videos of them on the toilet, which isn't out of the ordinary for Picky if you've read the other DMs in this drive folder, but just to prove that it's him, the video recording also shows the account info with his Steam account linked that was created on the same date as his current Steam account. And there's also a verified connection to his old Twitch username.
He's so stupid, bro. I don't know if he realizes that those accounts are connected and people can see that, or if he just doesn't care. But, like, dude, you've been exposed before. What are you doing? Aren't you worried about being exposed, or do you just not care? You're just so desensitized, or do you think that you're untouchable?
Also shows the account info with his Steam account linked that was created on the same date as his current Steam account. And there's also a verified connection to his old Twitch username that his main Twitter account was promoting on this tweet that is currently still up as of recording this video. And there's no way that someone could be impersonating his Twitch because they use the lowercase I, and you can't have duplicate usernames on Twitch. I tried to explain all of this to the mod I was interviewing, and it seemed like no matter what I did, no matter what threshold we overcame, he would still find another way to say that this was faked or he didn't know.
You're not talking to somebody who is seeking the truth, okay? You're not talking to somebody who is trying to be objective. You're talking to someone who has already made up their mind about the situation. They know deep down that Pixie is in the wrong and that he is a predator. but they're not going to admit it for whatever reason. I don't know what Pixie has on them. I don't understand the allegiance, but you're not gonna get anywhere talking to these guys.
The age. He told me it could be an imposter until I showed him a screenshot of Picky admitting to getting nudes from Fuwafa that were currently up in his own server. Like, you could just go and find that.
Bro.
But then
He also sent me a shit ton of nudes, had a bit of an obsession too. Like, he is admitting all this on his Discord, which you can just freely screenshot, and he don't care. Again, I don't know if he thinks that he's just untouchable, or he's so stupid and dense and he doesn't realize it. But like, bro, what are you doing?
excuse just became that he didn't know the age. He was very kind to answer all my questions, but boy was I punching a fucking wall trying to get him to just admit to anything. How would it not still be worth addressing the fact that the owner of your server, that you were a prominent moderator in, unknowingly solicited months worth of child pornography? Even if he didn't know then, years later, after Fuwafa has made it public that they're not even old enough to drink, Picky admits to still having the dick pics he received 2 years ago. Which, may I remind you, are nude pictures of a 16-year-old. If that wasn't
the fact that he still has them, bro didn't like delete them. He still has them in his camera roll, which would mean that he was going through his camera roll and he saw those pictures and he was like, yo guys, I gotta tell the Discord about this one, yo. Yo guys, I find the news, man. I still got them on my phone, guys, and they're not going anywhere.
Enough, which I don't know how it wouldn't be. Picky also admitted to handing out their nudes after a dispute, which is incredibly illegal in Germany. Looping back to section 184C, subsection 1, lines 1 and 2, Picky nullified his potential defense found in subsection 4, wherein you can obtain images only for your exclusive personal use and with the consent of the person depicted, the second he decided to share them to others. So let's take that.
So let's lock his ass up.
And then couple it with the fact that this was obviously non-consensual, right? That would mean it also violates section 201A, subsection 1, lines 1 and 5, for violation of intimate privacy by transmitting intimate photographs with prior knowledge of a lack of authorization. But I bet you didn't think I'd spend the time learning your laws just for a video, now did you? Good luck lying your way
He doesn't know his own laws, alright? So he's finding this out for the first time too.
out of this one, pal.
Artsy.
Only a year later, and Picky is once again trying to solicit child porn. At this point, he's either criminally irresponsible with ages or a child predator. I'm leaning pretty heavy.
He is a predator, a bona fide, certified, for real ass predator. And he has no indication of him changing.
He's either criminally irresponsible with ages or a child predator. I'm leaning pretty heavily on the latter. Don't worry about proof though, because we obviously have several artifacts that uncover how Picky was impersonating the VTuber Line Shoe on Discord around the same time as the interactions with this 15-year-old girl. And despite the video recording showing that it's someone named Line Shoe, there's also screenshots displaying how it's actually also under Picky's own name. Now, as far as circumstantial evidence connecting this video recording,
should be like God of Predators or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's exactly what he is.
According to the screenshots, a couple months ago, Picky was caught impersonating Line Shoe on Twitter, which resulted in someone stealing his old handle so he couldn't use it anymore. This account would obviously get banned for impersonation, so Picky created a new one until that one got banned for harassment, and his most recent account is the alt that he forgot to purge when calling himself a pedophile, remember, to defame Line Shoe. So it is not at all a stretch to think that he would also impersonate the guy he's defaming by calling himself a pedophile on Discord. Number 2, on the same day he made the Picky Paws account, August 14th, 2024, which we already know is owned by him based on the thousands of messages he sent from this account in his own server, someone posted the account info of both Discords on Twitter in an exposed thread. If you look at the member info for the fake Line Shoe, it's the same exact join date for Discord as Picky's original Pixie account before it got purged or deleted, because it no longer exists. Number 3, the conversation, images, and videos he's requesting from this victim, which is a consistent pattern in every story involved with him.
Picky, you're a poopy boy.
Again, I don't really care that much.
Hold on, sorry, I didn't mean to derail.
That's how he sounds like now?
You're a poopy boy.
Again, I don't really care that much.
Hold on, sorry, I didn't mean to derail it. I was just thinking.
No, well, it's just weird because Silas said the same thing.
You're a poopy boy, Picky. All right, it's just own it.
Okay.
And lastly,
Okay, I mean, he owned it then, I guess, but like, ew. That's disgusting.
Poopy boy, Picky. All right, it's just own it.
Okay.
and lastly, we have a fucking interview from the victim.
I'm 15 now, and I was freshly 15 when I met Pixie. How do you feel about him denying everything to this day, despite you sharing your story? It pisses me off. I'm not even gonna lie. It pisses me off so greatly that he thinks he's indestructible and can get away with anything.
That's exactly what it is.
To so many people.
If that isn't...
That's exactly what it is, man. He thinks that the mods and his Discord, his community is so bulletproof that he can get away with doing whatever that he wants and nobody is going to put him in trouble. And so far, to be honest with you, he has low-key gotten away with it. I mean, he's not in jail and he should be in jail. So after this video, y'all gotta make some calls if you live in Germany, and we gotta put this guy in prison because clearly he should be. He's violated a lot of laws, so therefore go to prison.
Enough evidence to convince you that this is him in this conversation, in this screen recording? I don't know.
Like, you can literally just take this video and play this in court, and I feel like that would be more than enough to then sentence him. I don't think you need a whole ass lawyer gang.
To tell you, man, I really put it all out there. That's on you. The provided videos and screenshots show Picky asking for exclusivity, sharing his sex toys, requesting very specific and degenerate sexual content, which relates to the previous cases.
Those same please. Oh my god.
Like listening to them on the toilet. Remember, Picky was 23 when he was talking to this
Bro, he loves that fetish, bro. That toilet fetish gang. Oh my god.
15-year-old that had just joined his server. Did he know the age or did he not know the age? At this point, I don't fucking care.
Matter.
How many minors does he need to talk to before he's gonna start asking for the ages? This isn't the first time this has happened to him. But he has the audacity to attack other VTubers, bring up other people's allegations every single day, just so he can distract from the long list of crimes that he continues to commit.
Stealing art. Ooh. Was a plagiarizer.
If grooming
too.
children and exposing thousands of minors to a degenerate pornographic pipeline wasn't enough, he also steals art. How many hobbies is one man allowed to have? Can a guy steal some art? If you look at the art he's made in his Discord when overlapping the references, you can instantly tell that it's been traced. It's just traced art. He
ain't even trying to. Like, you ain't even changing much. It's the same structure. Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. He really believes he could just get away with whatever he wants. He doesn't have to abide by the rules like everybody else.
has no artistic style. I don't know too much about the art space, but I don't think they're crazy about people throwing their own
This type of art, bro, y'all weird, man. Yo, freaks, gang. Like, y'all gotta be investigated, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't know. Like, when you look at this, some people get hard when they look at this, bro. How? Why? Like, and it does look childlike too. Like, that character doesn't look like an adult. The foot, it's like a small tiny foot. That's like a kid's foot, bro. You know what I'm saying? This community is weird, okay? But that's the end of the video, man. Let me know what y'all think about this Pixie situation in the comments below. Hopefully, fingers crossed, this guy gets locked up for good. Leave a like and subscribe. Go check out one of these two videos. I'll see you guys over there. Take care.